We were introduced to Team MZ in the latest Pokémon Legends Z-A trailer, which we will be a part of. Urban and Tawny are also a part of it, though we already knew them, but now we have Naveen and Lida, two brand new characters with their own goals and stories. That makes 4 members for this team. But why does it really feel like there's another one? Well, hey, I'm Not So Ace Trainer, get your tinfoil hats ready and let's get into it. Team MZ is going to be our crew and we'll be working together to protect Lumiose City. That will lead us into many messes and also will be our way to meet a lot of new people. Emma, Quasartico and the Rust Syndicate and probably Mabel as well. Our base of operations is Hotel Z and we'll have a room there for our meetings. A room that has a large table with 6 chairs. But that's not where this started. Hotel Z doesn't seem like the kind of hotel that gets a lot of guests, it really doesn't. And so when we first got introduced to it, I found it strange that there were 5 seats around this table when it was just AZ, us and Urban or Tawny. But those were just weird suspicions and now we have this picture. And boy does it seem like there's space for someone else between Lida and Urban. Before things get too crazy though, like and hype this video, subscribe to the channel and consider becoming a channel member to help out the content I make. And now, let's carry on. First of all, let's talk about the 6 chairs in the meeting room. They are 6 and not 5, which goes against the 5-member theory. But I believe the 6th chair might be there for a possible guest. After all, we're working with Emma in AZ's hotel while also having dealings with Quasartico, the Rust Syndicate and the Pokemon Research Lab. So, one for a guest and the other extra one for a mystery member, one that also sits with us in the main hall of Hotel Z. At first, one might think that the red chair is AZ's chair, the same one he's sitting on in his artwork, but that chair is spotted over here behind the front desk, where he likely spends most of his time. And also, I feel like he would spend most of his time on the couch facing the fireplace. It would warm his clearly aching bones. So we have an extra chair in the meeting room and a place for someone else in the main hall. But one of those places, it looks a little different from the rest. Every single one of them is an armchair except for this one right here. So whoever sits there kinda has to be used to sitting without, being comfortably leaning against something. And maybe that's something that they just already do many times and it doesn't really bother them at all. This idea came to me while scripting my last video ranting about the lack of Zygarde representation in the trailer so far. But the truth is, almost every time the Pokemon has been shown in the trailer, it has been shown close to Hotel Z, and in the last trailer, it seemed to be arriving in Hotel Z, unlike other times when it was simply watching over Lumiose City from the rooftop, almost as if it belongs there. And they've also asked on an earlier trailer, what could Zygarde's interest in us be? Well, maybe you are simply part of the same team. 10% Zygarde is a dog. It sits anywhere, it lies anywhere. In fact, this would even work with AZ getting the red chair and someone else sitting on the armless one because there's a gap between that one and the next one. So, Zygarde could simply lie on the carpet. And then there's something else. There's also the team name. MZ must stand for something. I think the M stands for Mega, as Mega Evolution is such a big deal now that I'm sure it's a common thing around Kalos, and the Z might just end up being for Zygarde. So we're Team MZ or Team Mega Zygarde. Now if that's a hint at a Mega Zygarde or not, I don't know, but Game Freak has done more with less. It just makes sense that Zygarde is the 5th member. Our goals align. We're trying to protect Lumiose City. Zygarde can warn us about when and where something is happening because it has cells everywhere and it is constantly shown near Hotel Z. When we join them, the team already exists and so Zygarde is very likely the secret they keep until they deem us good enough to join them. It would also work with each of us representing one Zygarde core. I mean, Zygarde already has one in its 10% form and each of the members could represent another one. Not that they would have the core with them in their possession, but they would be responsible for the district that the core has under surveillance. I really like the idea of Zygarde being there from the start and then slowly through the game we learn more about it, as that was kinda what happened through the years. Zygarde was in X and Y, but it wasn't in X and Y that we learned stuff about the Pokemon. But what do you think? Do you believe Zygarde is the 5th member? Let me know down below. And now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one. But before I go, I want to thank my YouTube members Dash Plays and Gatsy, and also my Twitch subscribers Anubis Year, Zanes222 and the Dr. Joe for going that extra mile. Thank you all so much.